So today, I think that let me explain in a very brief manner about the mindfulness. What is the importance? The question, if you go through the last year question, I have seen today that examine the importance of mindfulness with respect to four foundation of mindfulness. So, what is the importance of mindfulness, and what are the four types of mindfulness? It has been asked in the last year questions. I think this important aspect will be also asked this year also. So let us discuss what do you mean by the mindfulness, and what is the importance of mindfulness. So we'll discuss in a very brief manner. And if you go through the nowadays, if you see all over the globe or in India also, the vipassana and smriti or sati or mindfulness, these two types of bhavana or practice have become much popular all over the globe. If you see all over the globe, people are practicing vipassana as well as is mindfulness, that is the smriti. And these two have become much popular. And people are practicing in their monasteries as well as in private you know, mindfulness classes all over the globe, especially in India also. So these shows that what is the importance of mindfulness. In a very brief manner, if you see vipassana, we have already seen vipassana is nothing but anicca adi visesh prakarena passati iti vipassana. Vipassana literally means insight. That through the insight or vipassana, a yogāvacara is able to know the nature of the reality, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to soulless, all things are subject to suffering. Anicca, Dukkha, and Anatta. These three types of tilakkana are able to be known by a yogāvacara through the practice of our mind, vipassana. We are not going to discuss vipassana, but now mindfulness, it has also become more important in our day-to-day life. People are practicing anupassanā also. So what is sati? We'll discuss on the basis of the text which have been given in our Pali Tripitaka. So as we know that sati is the Pali term. In Sanskrit, it is called as smriti. Smriti, Buddha says that sati dwariko bi vadami. O bhikshu, O monks, I call mindfulness just like a doorkeeper, dwarpal. Just as a doorkeeper does not allow any undesirable person to enter into the house, in the same manner, mindfulness, smriti, does not allow any undesirable, immoral factors or states to enter on the surface of mind. This is the main, you can say. In another terminology, it has been said that mindfulness is another name of awareness. Awareness means that it gives alertness, that the immoral factors which have not been arisen, they must not arise. If you go through the Eightfold Path, you will find that there is a one factor of the Athangiko Maggo Eightfold Path that is called as fourfold exercise or effort, Samma Vyamo. And Samma Vyamo, there are four types of Samma Vyamo, that Upannanam, Akuslanam, Dhammānam, Pahanāya Vyamo. There must be an effort to remove the immoral factors which have already arisen on the surface of mind. And Upannanam, Akuslanam, Dhammānam, na Uppadāya Vyamo. There must be an effort that immoral factors which have not been arisen, they must not arise. The third factor, that there must be an effort to arise the moral factors. Uppannānam, kusalanam, dhammānam, uppadāya vyāmo. And four factors is that the moral factors or moral states, kusal dhamma, which have already arisen, they must be increased and they must stay or established. These are the four factors. Uppannānam, kusalanam, dhammānam, bhiyo, vipulāya, vyāmo. So these are the four factors. Among these, if you go through the Acharya Nagsen dialogue with King Milinda in Milinda Pahiyo, he also discusses about that what are the factors for arising of the moral states. In discussion with that, he says that seal is the more, you can say, more best moral state or kusala dhamma. And besides morality, or you can say seal, there are other factors also, like saddha, seal, samadhi, viriya, pragya. These are the moral factors, and Acharya Nagsen says that these must be arisen. Now we are coming to the mindfulness. If you go through the last sayings of the Buddha, or that is called as Mahaparinibbāna Sutta of Digha Nikaya. Before Mahaparinibbāna, Buddha preaches the Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma. There are 37 factors of enlightenment. Out of the 37 factors enlightenment, the first is called as satipaṭṭhāna. There are 4 factors of mindfulness or 4 types of mindfulness. There are 7, you can say, stages through which the 37 factors of enlightenment have been discussed in the Mahaparinibbāna Sutta. So, if you go through the 7 stages, there are 5 times the mindfulness has come. If you go through satipaṭṭhāna, satipaṭṭhāna is there. Then there is another sampadhana. There are 4 types of, you can say, effort. idhipada, mindfulness is also there. Satbhujanga and athamangani, there are 8-fold path. So sati is available in the 5 stages of the 7 factors of enlightenment. Not 7 satvajanga, but 7 stages of the 37 factors of enlightenment. It shows the importance of our mindfulness. Again, if you go through the Digha Nikaya, there is a Mahasatipaṭṭhāna Sutta. As well as in Majjhima Nikaya also, there is another sutta which is called as Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. So in Sutta Pitaka, Satipaṭṭhāna has been given in a very detailed manner. And in Abhidhamma text also, in Vibhanga or in Paṭṭhāna, the mindfulness smriti has been discussed in a very detailed manner. There are 18 Vibhangas which have been discussed in our second book of Abhidhamma Pitaka, that is called as Vibhanga Pakarana. Dhammasangani is the Mool text, that is the first book of Abhidhamma Pitaka. So in there is a Sati Vibhanga, and all the 4 factors or 4 types of mindfulness have been discussed in a very detailed manner. Now we are coming to again our Digha Nikaya and Majjhima Nikaya, that what is called as Satipaṭṭhāna and what is the importance of the Sati mindfulness. Buddha says that ekayano evam maggo sattanam visuddhiya. This is the only sutta where Buddha says that sati is the only path for getting a state of eternal bliss. That is the nibbāna or visuddhi. Visuddhi is here in the sense of sabmal virahitam achant parisuddham nibbānam tibeditabham. That it is in the sense of immense pure and that is devoid of impurities and a state of eternal bliss, that is the nibbāna. So that is called as mindfulness. So this shows that Buddha starts in the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta that I kāyano ayam maggo sattānam visuddhiya jadidam chattaro satipaṭṭhāna kāyanupassanā, vedanānupassanā, cittānupassanā, dhammānupasanā. These are the four factors of our mindfulness. We will discuss the four factors of enlightenment, the mindfulness in a very detailed manner in our next class. But I am giving you a background of the mindfulness, that how mindfulness has become more important and why mindfulness has been taken by our acharyas of Thailand, Siamadesh, and Myanmar. The vipassana and mindfulness, that is the insight and the mindfulness, they have become more popular. In even Myanmar, there is a tradition of the meditations. This Anapana Smriti, it has become more popular from in Myanmar. And from Myanmar, there is a series of, you can say, acharyas who have evolved a theory of Anapana Smriti. And even if you go through the Vipassana Research Institute, Igatpuri, in Igatpuri, Dhammagiri, there is a practice of mindfulness. This tradition of mindfulness has come from Myanmar. There is a Sayadaw U Thin, from where our Dhammaguru, Vipassana Acharya, Satnarayan Goenka, he has also evolved a Anapana Smriti and Vipassana, which has been started in our Igatpuri. And there are so many Vipassana Guru or Acharyas who are giving that lessons of the mindfulness. So this has become more popular. In Siamadesh also, like Thailand, there are teachers like Buddha Das who has evolved a new technique of Anapana Smriti. And it has also become more popular in our Thailand. So in our now in United States of America and others, how mindfulness are being practiced, how this vipassana are being taught by the Dhammaguru or Vipassana Acharya. So this is the main, you can say, discussion. So we'll discuss that how, and we know that Buddha is also considered as a main physician. He is also called as a great physician. That is why it is called as Maha Bhisaka or Maha great physician. And these four types of noble truth, if you go through the four noble truth, the Dukkham Ariya Satya, Dukh Samudaya Ariya Satyam, Dukh Nirodham Ariya Satyam, Dukh Nirodha Gamani Patipada Ariya Satyam. These are the path, or these are the medicines which have been given by the our teacher, Sattha, Tathagata, the Blessed One, Buddha. So this has become more popular in our you can say the teachers. So in the next class, not in the next, you can say class, we'll discuss the four mindfulness in a very detailed manner. So the main, there are four factors which have become more popular in our, that is the sati, sampajanya, panya, and samadhi. These are the four factors. They are the four tools for the purification of our consciousness, that is the chitta. And we know that our consciousness is immense pure by nature. That is why Buddha says in Anguttara Nikaya that pakati pavasaram idam chittam tam chak ho agantuke upkile se hi upkilitam. That our consciousness is unsteady. It does not stay at one place. That is why it is defined in Dhammapada, Bandhanam Chapalam Chittam Durakham Dunivaryam. That is, it is very difficult to control our consciousness. It is unsteady, Bandhanam Chapalam Chittam. And Buddha also has given a simile of monkey, that just like a monkey who moves from one branch of the tree to the another branch of the tree within a single moment of time. In the same manner, our consciousness also moves from one state to another state within a single moment of time. So this is why our consciousness is immense pure, and it is being defiled by our incoming defiling factors, namely kilesas. Kilesas are those immoral factors which darken our consciousness. They they become impurified. They do not make purification, but they are impurifying our consciousness. And they are rag, dvesa, moha, lobha, etc. There are 10 types of kilesas in Pali. In Sanskrit, it is called as clays. Klesas are those which are blackening our consciousness or darkening our consciousness. Chitta ko kala karna. That is called as klesas. So it is necessary to uproot all the defiling factors. So mindfulness has become one of the main, you can say, so these are the four tools: mindfulness, that is the sati, samadhi, panya, and sampajaya. These are the four tools for purification of our consciousness. So this is the main which we are discussing. And if you go through that tools and we are correlating that how mindfulness is related with the vipassana. We have seen that vipassana is two, there are two words, V plus pas dhatu or root, and it is called as to see the things in a very special manner, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, all things are subject to soulless. So this is vipassana. And this mindfulness is also related, or you can say interlinked with vipassana. Until unless vipassana is a thought, the practice, and it is sati or mindfulness is a tool or medium through which we can practice our mind vipassana, like anapana smriti. So Buddha says that this is the only path. And in all the you can teachings of the Buddha, Buddha never says that this is the path for the visuddhi, but here clearly it says that mindfulness is the only path for getting a state of visuddhi or nirvana. So it shows the importance. And Buddha says, Jadidam Chattaro satipaṭṭhāna, there are four factors of, four types of mindfulness, namely kāyanupassanā, vedanānupassanā, cittānupassanā, and dhammānupasanā. So these are the four types of mindfulness. And Buddha discusses about the mindfulness in a very detailed manner. And even if you practice Sil, Samadhi, and Panya, that is the three types of trainings, or the Tisso Sikha, or Tri Siksha, there is a need of sati. Until unless there is no presence of the mindfulness or awareness, we cannot start our morality. And if we do not have any alertness, our panya will not function in a proper manner. So for proper functioning of our right wisdom or right understanding, namely pragya or panya, there is a need of the mindfulness. So mindfulness has become more popular for practicing vipassana also. And now mindfulness is also known as anapana smriti. We'll discuss that what is anapana smriti. If you are you belong to Nagpur, you might have heard that how by inhaling your breathing or exhaling your breathing, you can know the nature of the reality. Here, exhaling or inhaling, It shows that you are practicing one nature of the reality. What is the nature of that reality? How the air is going inside and how it is coming outside. You are concentrating your mind, and it shows that you are going to know the nature of the reality, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. So this is the start of, and how you can control your consciousness, how can you purify your consciousness. This is the one of the tool through which we can purify our consciousness. So this is the, I will give you in a very brief manner. There are four types of mindfulness, that is kāyanupassanā, vedanānupassanā, cittānupassanā, and dhammānupasanā. The first is called as kāyanupassanā. Here anupassana is nothing but it is the another name of vipassanā. Anupassana, anu is that which follows, and passana is to visualize the things. What is the visualizing? Visualizing the nature of the reality, that is the anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So this is called as vipassana, anupassana. So here this is called as kāyanupassanā. Anupassana, that being aware of all the activities of our body. There are 32 parts of our body. This is called as kāyanupassanā. So what are the 32 types of body? The names of the 32 types of our body have been discussed also in the Lakhan Pahiyo of Milind Pahiyo. So this is the second chapter, Lakhan Pahiyo, the 32 types of, and even if you go through the Khuddaka Patha, the first lesson is the Tisarana, and second, that is the Kumara Pahiya. In the Kumara Pahiya, all the 32 types of our body have been also discussed. They have been named there. So being aware to visualizing the 32 types of our body, it in another way, to know the activities of our body, this is called as kāyanupassanā. I am going just giving you the definitions, and the next class we will discuss in a very detailed manner, so that what is kāyanupassanā, vedanānupassanā, cittānupassanā, and dhammānupasanā. Vedanānupasanā, being aware, being alert, or anupassana, that visualizing the things in a very special manner of the vedana, that is the feeling. We have already discussed what is the vedana or feeling. Vedana is that which is being experienced by touching the things. There are 6 types of our senses: chakhu, sot, ghan, jihva, kai, and mana. There are 6 types of bases also, that is the ayatana: chakha ayatana, sota ayatana, ghana ayatana, jihva ayatana, kaya ayatana, mana ayatana. So being aware of all the bases of the 6 senses, and what is the chakhu sampasa, chakhu biyanam upajjati, that whenever there is a object which comes in the range of our eye, then it starts chakhu sampasa rupam passati, that the object is being visualized by the contact of the object with the our chakshu. In the same manner, there are 5 other senses also. So vedana is of mainly 3 types: sukha vedana, dukha vedana, and upekha vedana. Again, sukha vedana is of 2 types, that is the somanasa vedana and sukha vedana. Dukha vedana is of 2 types, domanasa vedana and dukha vedana, and upekha vedana is 1. So being aware of all the 5 types of feeling is called as vedanānupasanā. The third is cittānupasanā. being aware of all the 89 or 121 types of thoughts or the consciousness, which are divided into Kamavachar, Rupavachar, Arupavachar, and Lokuttar. This is called as cittānupassanā. And the fourth is called as dhammānupasanā. That is called as Dhamma is here in the sense of teachings of the Buddha. That is the Panchanivarana, Athango Maggo, the Panchajhanangas, Satabhujhangas. So all the teachings, love dependent originations. So Dhamma is in the sense of the teachings of the Buddha, being aware of all the teachings of the Buddha related with the Panchanivarana, Panchajhanangi, Atangiko Maggo, law of dependent originations. This is called as dhammānupasanā. So this is four types of dhammānupasanā. So let us finish here.